Thanks for joining us here at 6:30. I'm Connor Steffen. A violent night across the metro leaves 2 people dead and another 2 injured. The first incident, a hit and run, happened just after 9:30 last night in Newburgh. Louisville Metro Police say a man was trying to cross Poplar Level Road near Indian Trail when someone hit him with their car. That driver then continued down Poplar Level Road without stopping to help. Police said the victim wasn't in a crosswalk at the time he was hit, and he died on the scene. A few hours later, around 11, police were back in Newburgh, responding to a shooting on Prestwood Drive, just off Preston Highway. LMPD says 1 man died and another man was injured. First responders took both men to the hospital. That is where one of them, Jerome Miles, died. Detectives say they have a person of interest in the case. The last of the incidents took place just after midnight. Police responded to a shooting in the Russell neighborhood on Palace Blue near West Muhammad Ali Boulevard. Officers say the victim went to the hospital and is expected to survive. Now, regarding any of these incidents, anyone with information is asked to call LMPD's anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. There is also an online portal you can use. Now to Grayson County, where 5 teens are recovering after a late-night crash. The county sheriff's office says the 5 teens were in a pickup truck headed east on Route 88. The pickup truck then left the roadway and the teens crashed into a concrete culvert. An initial investigation found 2 of the teens who were riding in the bed of the truck were ejected from the pickup. First responders took all 5 to the hospital. The driver is the only one who was seriously injured. The sheriff's office says alcohol appears to have been a factor in the crash and criminal charges may be filed. And we now know more about the moments leading up to when Jeffersonville police shot and killed 65-year-old Richard Glass Tuesday night. During a news conference Friday, Major Isaac Parker said officers responded to Glass's apartment twice that night. They first responded around 7:30 when Glass called saying someone broke into his home, but officers found no evidence of a break-in. 2 hours later, they returned for a welfare check after Glass made, quote, disturbing comments to a neighbor. Major Parker said Glass fired off several shots during that time into a public area and at officers. According to law enforcement, shots from police came 16 minutes after Glass last shot at them.
Every individual in proximity of the Avia North Shore apartments was in grave danger due to the actions of Mr. Glass. The counteractions taken by our officers potentially preserved the lives of many.
This was a combat veteran who suffered from substance abuse. Body camera video of the shooting is expected to be released at a later date. We also learned this week of changes to LMPD's procedures regarding officer-involved shooting. The department will revert to investigating its own officers in cases where they shoot someone. Chief Jacqueline Gwynn Villaroyale made the announcement Thursday, claiming the move will help to better inform the public and make the department more transparent. The new policy has LMPD's Public Integrity Unit handling the investigation. The unit will also set deadlines for the public release of information. The new policy states in most cases, the city will release body camera video within 10 business days of a shooting. This is a change from when KSP headed up investigations. State police have recently experienced a backlog leading to body camera footage taking weeks to be released. City leaders are hoping to improve transparency with a quicker turnaround.
We believe that transparency builds trust through consistent and understood expectations. That's why we are taking these steps to explain this process to the public so that you understand what we are doing, why we are doing it, and you are able to hold us accountable to those standards.
Deputy Chief Paul Humphrey, who you just heard from, said the department will regularly release the names and work histories of all officers involved in incidents. Those should be expected within 1 to 3 business days. He did note there will be exceptions to the new timeline, such as when the department is waiting for key witness statements or if there is a lot of video to go through. LMPD's Police Chief Jackie Gwynn Villaroyale will still have the final say on all investigations. And it was attempt number 2 at the first day of school for many yesterday as JCPS elementary and middle school students finally returned to the classroom. It came 10 days after busing failures on the actual first day of school forced the district to cancel classes and reevaluate. You may remember that day the last students were dropped off at 9:58 at night. Well, yesterday showed a more than 2-hour improvement with the last students dropped off at 7:43 last night. JCPS officials say that drop-off time is on par with last year's first day of school, but parents we spoke with were quick to point out Yesterday was only elementary and middle schoolers back in the classroom, and it wasn't without its problems.
This is a short day, with less kids. What are y'all going to do Monday with high schoolers, middle schoolers, and elementary?
Seemed like they did better in the afternoon, though. I'm really hoping that they're going to keep improving.
JCPS said the district successfully implemented several temporary changes, including tagging students with information on what bus they were supposed to be on. We're told the extra help prevented some students from getting on the wrong bus, which cut down times. With all that said, Monday will be the real test when high schoolers return to the classroom. And as JCPS kids return to school Monday, today Summit Media hosted a Stuff the Bus to help gather school supplies for kids in the area. The bus was parked at the U.S. Army Recruitment Office. Organizers say they were grateful for the community's help.
I really think, because this is what people in Kentuckiana do, people in J-Town and Louisville, everybody in this town always comes together for a good cause. We got great people in this town, so we're excited for the turnout today.
Now, today's event helped benefit students and teachers' needs at Breckenridge Franklin Elementary and Maupin Elementary.